I got y'all. What's going on? What's going on, YouTube? So, TikTok. I have not been live with y'all in a minute, but since I went full circle this morning and y'all didn't get a chance to get in on it, I'm going live right now. So, and y'all can do this class. Y'all can do this class. Twitch. Pay attention. So those chats, okay, are gonna go private soon. Okay, they're gonna go private. So if anybody on TikTok, y'all want to get in on the chat, you're gonna have to go to YouTube. All right. Don't forget, TikTok. I got a bookstore in there. Go to that bookstore. Y'all can get those books from out of there. All right. So I got a couple of screens going on. So I don't know if I can start answering back. All right. So y'all hit me on a DM or hit me on a DB. Don't forget to check out my website. All right. So TikTok, you can't see this because you on a whole different you're on a whole different screen. But the rest of y'all can see this, and I'm only typing in sapphirecoding.com. That's my website. Y'all know what it is. So this class that we're doing right now, all right, TikTok. If you haven't been in on my classes, this is what we're talking about. This is the second class from this morning. Okay, this is second class from this morning, and we were doing neonate. Okay, so TikTok, I'm not gonna keep you on this long because I gotta focus on this class, but I'm just letting you know, y'all need to shoot over to my YouTube and get in on the class. I'm talking to the doctors too, so this is for physicians too. If you have not been in on my class, y'all go ahead and go get on my class. So the classes that are on YouTube, the medical terminology and medical billing, those are going private. So the coding classes are still going on; they're still open. Okay, so y'all can DB me or DM me. DB to me is discussion board. DM is I don't even know what it means, but DM me on here. Okay, so you need your CPT book, you need your step by step book, and you need your ICD-10. All right, so TikTok, you will not be able to see the same thing that they are getting ready to see on YouTube. But like I said, you can shoot on over to YouTube and you'll be able to see it. So this class that we're doing right now, this is just a continuation class from this morning. I couldn't do like 3 hours at a time because we were really introducing the program across the board since we did like a multi-stream this morning. But now we got TikTok on in the multi-stream with us, y'all. We got TikTok on with us. Um, so TikTok, how are y'all doing? Listen, I'm gonna give y'all a few seconds. TikTok, thank you all so much for subscribing to my channel. I know I do not spend time probably at all on TikTok, but y'all know my go-to is Twitter. Y'all want to run at me on Twitter? Go to Black Phoenix. That's my Twitter handle. But right now we have to finish with these classes because we've been in evaluation and management for a minute. And the coding courses are 60 classes. Okay, those 60 classes, I'm expecting to make sure that you archive those classes. Okay, once the classes are done, I'm talking to you too, YouTube. Once those classes are done, I'm expecting you guys to archive the classes. Okay, because you can do like 3 classes a day. Y'all already know the coding class is pretty long. It's pretty lengthy. The neonatal class that we're doing today, we are actually going to code. I want to see if y'all are able to code the neonatal cases. Okay, so usually, we do the review, we do the coding in the classroom. You guys got homework. So this class is going to be a little bit long. Y'all tell me the answers y'all got, and I'm gonna give y'all the right answers. Okay, so the links that I gave you guys. This is for TikTok too. TikTok, we have free books on there. Okay, we have free books for you to use. Okay. The books are lengthy. Y'all know that books is like $100 and something, but I have free books on there. I'm gonna put the links over here, and these links are for the ICD-10, which we did this morning. So if when y'all get ready to archive that chat, TikTok, you too, you get ready to archive that chat. TikTok. If you've never done medical billing and coding before, you need to start from the beginning. But if you have, just jump right into where we are, and you should be okay. Okay. So if you need to know about medical billing, go to that playlist that says medical billing. If you want to just do coding, go to that coding list. Okay. So here are the books right here. Now, for now, those of you who just want to jump in, okay, jump in, okay. You don't have to have your books. I'm giving you the books. The books are already on here, okay? The books are already on here. So what we got? We got CPT, we got ICD-10. Okay, so you'll need your step-by-step book. All right, this is for you too, YouTube. So some of my new students that are on YouTube, this is the books that we're using today. Now, for the medical billing, go to the medical billing playlist, and you guys can get the medical billing books from there. Okay. All right. So go to your step-by-step book. TikTok, you more than likely don't have this, but that's fine. Like I said, when you go to YouTube, go get those free books from YouTube. These books that are on the side for you guys, I'm talking to Twitch, I'm talking to YouTube. You can use these books before you even purchase your own. Okay, everything that we're doing now in the coding class are in these books. So in the YouTube, those books that I just gave you guys, get them. All you gotta do is click and the ebook is going to open. Uh, so this is for YouTube. So YouTube, we are in neonatal. Okay, this is a continuation from this morning because I want you guys to finish with the neonatal. Okay, we're on 11:17, 11:18, and I'm gonna go over 9 and 10. So I'm jumping in on TikTok again because I haven't went on live in TikTok in a minute. But today is the day we go live on TikTok. So like I said, those of you who are, some of y'all on unemployment, some of y'all ain't working, some of y'all at home. If y'all get social service, I don't care what you get. Give my EIN, we got it, we take you. If you want to learn the medical billing, I've got 3 playlists. I'm talking to TikTok. I got 3 playlists. You'll see me posting stuff on TikTok. You'll see me posting a lot of different things. This class is for beginners. Beginners from medical terminology, medical billing, and decoding. Okay, this is a real class. Okay, I'm a real director. I teach for real. Okay, this is not. This is step. We got a syllabus. We got a schedule. I have to go by a crosswalk. This is accreditation ready. You understand what I'm saying? So if you can't do the class, what I suggest you do, get the medical billing and coding book and read that book. You might get through the first few pages and say, you know what, I do want to take Miss Lambert's class. In that case, go to sapphirecoding.com and go ahead and register for my class. Okay. The Whatnot, we went on the Whatnot the other day. The Whatnot, what they do, when I go on Whatnot, what they do is they buy my book and I give them the program for free. So I'm going to be on there. I don't know when I'm going to be on there again, but that was something that we did on a random. Okay. So, those of you who do have your book, like I said, step by step, TikTok, if you want to get in on that, all you got to do is jump over. Okay. I just put the books, in the chat on the YouTube. Okay. Twitch, y'all already got that. Okay. Instagram, y'all already got that. Because this is what we did this morning. Facebook, same thing. We did that this morning. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start the class. We're not going to be on TikTok too long. We just want to let y'all know on TikTok, I have not forgotten about you guys. I appreciate everybody. I see all the messages that you guys send me. Thank you so much. Continue to subscribe. Continue to subscribe. Especially now I know that TikTok is not going away. Of course, I'm going to put more time into the TikTok. So what I'll probably do is continue to do what I'm doing right now. I'm just going to kind of split across the board and do the chats across the board. Monday, Friday, and Saturday is YouTube chat day. Okay, so when I do those chats on Monday, Friday, and Saturday, I can include y'all in on those chats. But 9 times out of 10, if I don't have time, we like too far gone, I have to kind of keep it moving. Okay, so those of y'all who want to get in on the classroom, you can shoot over there, or y'all can just stay right here. So again, we need ICD-10 book. That book is over here. It's in the chat. So if y'all on TikTok want to get in on it, go to the chat and click on that link, and you'll have the book. So if you look down below on the descriptions, y'all already noticed YouTube in that description, all the links are there. All the links are there. And then we put the Q&A book on there free. Yeah, TikTok, that book is on there free. But I'm saying you gotta subscribe in order for you to get that book. But if you don't, that book is $40 on my website. YouTube, you guys got that book free. Go find that book if you want to find it. If Auntie want to learn, if whatever want to learn, they need to look at that book in case they don't know what the coding is. So, I'm gonna go ahead and put the step-by-step book up. Again, you guys can't see this. You see those links right there, YouTube? These are the links that I give you all the time. So I always have those links available for you. So if any one of y'all want a book that I have not put up there, or a link that I haven't put up there, let me know. I'll go ahead and put it up there. I have all the links, right? I have every link that you want as far as the books is concerned. Yes. So, like I said, these books are going to take you to about 30-40% if you want to learn how to do coding. And this, I do this because um, it'll give you time to jump into the classroom, and you really don't need to get the books right away. I'm giving you the book. Okay. So YouTube, y'all see where we're at. We're on newborn care services. Okay, I'm gonna put the book up in a minute. All right, so this is where we at. Um, YouTube, y'all had homework to do, and your homework was to do the cases. So generally, I'm about to go over those cases. So even if you didn't do them, we're still going to go over the cases. I know, because normally y'all know I'm due Saturday. I don't do Sunday anymore. Unless I see something that something kind of pops up, and then I'm gonna do Sunday. Okay, yeah, before church in the morning. So no wonder we ain't doing Sunday in the morning. If you don't see no thumbnail up there, no, I'm not doing it. So this is what we are. We are neonatal. We did go over neonatal this morning, but we kind of went over it briefly because we were across the board in all the platforms. So of course I have to introduce what Sapphire is. Have to introduce the Sapphire Academy. It is a coding academy. Hi Denise, how are you? It is a coding. Hi Rich, how are you? It is a coding academy. We are getting you ready to take your certification. Okay. Go to AAPC.com, TikTok. Go to AAPC.com if you want to know about that exam. Some of you on TikTok know about that exam because y'all be sending me messages. Okay, y'all know about that exam. The purpose of this course is for you to pass that exam. And a lot of the tips and things that I'm giving you, a lot of the training that they're getting on YouTube, is probably about 45% of what I actually do in the Sapphire Academy. The Sapphire Academy has everything that you need in there. We do one-on-one. You get him in there, health information management. You get those exams. You get tests. You get pre-tests. You get CPC pre-test to make sure that you're good to go before I even say, okay, go ahead and take the test. But again, go ahead and TikTok, y'all can go ahead and archive some of those chats if you want to kind of get started with that. I am going to be, like I said, making them private soon. So again, I'll have 3 playlists: medical terminology, medical billing, and the coding. The coding will be open because it'll be a minute before we get out of the coding. Okay, so YouTube, y'all got any questions? Okay, so now we're just going over what we did earlier, and I'm just going to give you all the answers to what we have. That's all. If you guys can't see this and TikTok, you can also archive this. This is just a live version of it in case you guys have questions. That's the reason why I got TikTok on here, in case you guys have questions. A lot of you have not seen me in my live Facebook version, but here I am. Okay, and like I said, we have classes on YouTube Monday, Friday, and Saturday. If I'm out of town, if I'm traveling, I may or may not have class. When I have it, I bump them together. So I might have classes in a row so y'all don't miss too much. Okay. So, newborn care services 99460. I want y'all to go ahead and look for that code 99460. Okay. Look at every code up to 99465. Okay. Newborn care services, report services to normal newborns. We did this earlier. I'm just kicking it over. Only thing I'm going to go over on this is basically the exercises you guys were supposed to do. Okay. So TikTok, you wasn't with us this morning. We were across the board. Hi, how are you? We were across the board, but we want to give you an opportunity too. We want to give you an opportunity to get on it as well. Okay, so don't sleep on it because you never know when you might need a new skill. And this is something we work at home. We do this at home. In a doctor's office, the billers more than likely are in there with the provider, but generally the coders are working at home. So again, on a history examination code, one specialty for newborn assessment and discharge. We did that earlier, so I'm not going to do the whole thing. You guys can see what I already have up here. That's what we were working on. So did you guys get a chance to look at the 99460 and the 99465? If you do not have index cards, you could pretty much just make some index cards. I mean, I want the index cards because I want y'all to be able to retain what I'm giving you. Retain what I'm giving you. So, because if you say you want to work in neonatal or you want to work in pediatrics, this is where you're going to steadfast. If you say you don't want to take your full 21-point CPC, you can focus on newborn care and pediatrics, okay, and OBGYN, because that's what we get ready to do. Okay, so again, I want you to also look up 99238, 99239. Look up those codes. I don't know if you got that book, TikTok, but if you don't, run over to YouTube and get that link, and you can pull that book up anywhere. It's a Kindle book. It's a Kindle book. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to buy anything from Kindle. As long as you download the Kindle thing from Amazon, you have access to the books. All of the books are from Kindle, but not mine. My books are from Elsevier. Hi, how are you? If you want regular books and you want to go to Elsevier, my books that I have that I teach from here are teacher books. But you can still go on there and get books if you want to. It's elsevier.com. That's where I get my books from. It's not that you can't get a book from Amazon. You can go to Amazon too. Because my books are on Amazon. You guys know me from TikTok. I have 3 books that I've already written. Those books are pertaining to what we're doing right now. YouTube asks for tests. I can't give them my tests because those tests are copyrighted on my Sapphire Academy. But what I did was, when I wrote the medical terminology book, I did put tests and I put answers in there. So get that medical terminology book, y'all. Y'all seen that book on my TikTok. Go to my website, sapphirecoding.com, and get that. If you have not joined the Sapphire Academy. If you join the Sapphire Academy, you don't need that. Those tests are already in there. Okay, so the reason we're going over this is because I need to make sure you guys are doing the tests. Okay, so YouTube, your initial services are reported on a per day basis. Subsequent services are reported with 99462. Go to that code. Y'all know what I say. Every time you read something and you come across a code, go hit it. Go get the code. Get your CPT book, which y'all supposed to have out already, and look at that code. Okay, because let me give you a good secret of AAPC. If you don't know it, you're not going to pass. The more you read those codes, the more you will remember. I don't know why I'm like halfway through. The more you will remember. They want to know if you know all about the CPT book. AAPC wants to know, has she read this book? It's just like church. You read the Bible, Lord. I ain't talking about you. It's just like church and the Bible. You read the Bible, you see the pastor up there. He can hit that book and without it. That's what they want to see. That's what they want to see. So the more you read your CPT book, the more you got it. The more you hit your ICD-10 guidelines, the more you got it. Yeah, they want to know where it comes from. They want to know the guidelines. In your guidelines, it pretty much gives you where did it come from? Who made it? What is World Health Organization? They want to know all that. Okay, I know y'all. YouTube tell me y'all go over. I'm not gonna go over that class again, but go back to the beginning. I'm talking to TikTok. Go back to the beginning, and you will find those courses. Okay, I have not closed those courses down. The coding courses are open. Okay, so this is where we are. Even though we did this morning, I'm just kind of backtracking a little bit. Delivery and the birthing room attendance and resuscitation services. Now, if you like, I can't work in this area because I get too emotional with the kids. That's how I started. I started in the OR. I've been in craniotomies, all the whole thing, and that was the last draw. Once I saw that face pulled down like that, it was a wrap. Dr. Livingston, the first thing he said was, "Lisa, you sure you want to be in here? Do you want to do billing?" I was like, "Well, what is billing?" That was years ago. That's how I got into coding. I came out of the OR. But I'm saying that to say, this is how you have to code. You literally have to act like you are the surgeon. So I'm gonna tell y'all the same thing, TikTok. When you're coding, when you're studying, when you study with me, I don't care who you study with, go to YouTube and find a procedure. Let's say I haven't gotten to the procedures yet. We're doing evaluation and management. That's office. When we get ready to do like cardiology, orthopedic, and stuff like that, go type it in. Type it in on YouTube and tell YouTube to show you a surgery with that. Tell them to show you, because when you're coding, you almost have to visualize the surgery. Okay, had I not been in on cardiothoracic surgery, I wouldn't be able to visualize on how to code it. Okay, so that's what I want y'all to do. Those are a couple of tips for me. But again, go back through it. So let's head this back. So I'm gonna put this back up so y'all can see it. When you guys archive, you guys will be able to see this. Okay. The rest of y'all that are on this line that I have right now, hi, how are you? You'll be able to see it. So if, like I said, if you don't have your book, that's a free book. YouTube, y'all already know. Okay, y'all already know the book is there for you guys. Now, because I want you to go over what we did earlier, I just want to make sure that you guys are good with it and what you should be going over. Delivery and birthing room attendance and resuscitation. Okay, delivery and birthing room attendance, 99464. Go look at that, 99465. So when I say go look at that, you're looking at guidelines. And if you see in the CPC guide, the step-by-step and the CPT, all of this is repetitious. It's the same thing. So if it's here and it says delivery birthing room attendance, it's giving you the codes. Report the attendance of a physician at the request of the delivery physician to provide the initial stabilization of the newborn. When the baby is born, if something is wrong with the baby, that provider, that medicine doctor, medical doctor, he needs to take care of the baby, not the one that delivered the baby. That's what they're talking about right here. Okay, y'all? So, again, the more research you do, the easier the exam will be. They may have a long case on delivery and birthing. They may have an open and closed case. You want to know what type of cases they're going to have? Go to AAPC.com. They'll tell you what's going to be on the test. They'll say 12 cases. They'll say, anesthesia or something like that. So go there so y'all can kind of get the feel of what's going to be on the test. I know, y'all know how I am with this here. It's driving me nuts. Right. That's what we're talking about. That's Shania. That's what we're talking about. So again, every resource that you can use that will get you to the point where you kind of savvy with this, you'll be okay. I'm telling you, it's not nothing to be scared about. A lot of people come to me, I'm coding. Oh no, I can't. Hi, Margie, how are you? Coding, I can't do code. Yes, you can code. It's like a second nature to you. Just have your material. The CPC guide, I always kind of have it open because this is like my go-to, because this is the advanced classes at the end of my course. So in my program, we go through the CPC guide step by step. And if you guys look in the CPC guide, I'm talking to TikTok too, because TikTok, you didn't get in on with us this morning because it wasn't y'all's fault. I know I said I was going to put y'all in, but I couldn't get the thing charged up. I totally forgot. If you guys, this is for people who already in the program, okay? Y'all know I'm not with the $20,000 for the, associate or medical degree for medical and coding, because I can't hire you like that. I mean, that's nice, okay, I can hire you when you pass your certification. Okay, so even if you go to college for medical billing and coding, it's kind of useless to me. Okay, when I hire, I need to make sure she can code. I need to make sure she can pass a HEM test. Do I really am I really concerned? Hi, Eugene. Am I really concerned at that moment if she's certified? No. I need to make sure, can she pass a health information management test? That is in the Sapphire Academy. So just because you guys haven't did your certification yet, you still can put an application. Every director is not like me, but there are some that are like me. I mean, you still have authoritarian leaders and everything. No, she ain't got her certification. No, but there are hospitals that will hire you and they will give you 90 days to get your certification. So in the CPC book, The Business of Medicine, we already did medical billing. The business of medicine in this book I've already put it in medical billing. So I moved the business of medicine there. But those of you who just started my class, or you feel like this is something you want to do, you guys are home, you guys want to change professions, the AAPC CPC guideline is my advanced course that is at the end, because y'all have to do a lot of cases. And you're going to read this book inside out. When you guys do the medical terminology, YouTube, you guys already know that. Okay? Twitch, y'all are new, so y'all going the same route as TikTok is going. Okay, so I'm not going to go through that book, but that's just a little rundown. Okay, so whatever you see us studying here in this step-by-step book, hi, how are you? What you see us studying here in this step-by-step book, it is the same thing that you're going to study in your CPC guide. It's just more in depth. The step-by-step is more of a training guide. So that's why we use this. So you two, you were also supposed to do inpatient neonatal intensive care and pediatric and neonatal critical care services. Hi, how are you? Go look up 99. This is a code I want you to look up. Rich, I see you still hanging in there. If you got a book, I want you to look up 99466. Go to 99486. Okay? Look at those codes. The more you look at the codes, the more you'll get used to them. So when you see codes in your book, if you guys have a physical book, when you get your physical book, because you've got to take your test with your physical book. Hi, Kathy, how are you? When you take your CPC, the proctor wants to see your book. YouTube, y'all already know this. She's going to flip through your book. Make sure you ain't got a whole bunch written all up, and you can't write stuff in there about a little like that. She's going to make sure you have no stickies in there. When I say stickies, stickies like this. Your tabs, your books can be tabbed, okay? These are the tabs. These are the tabs, y'all. YouTube, y'all know this. These are the tabs you can use for your book. Okay? YouTube. These, no. Yes. Okay? Because this is going to help you flip through. Okay? So, let's go ahead and finish with this chat. It's just going to be quick because we went over this really this morning, but we just kind of backtracking. So, get those codes. I want y'all to look at those codes. If you have not done, I don't know if is it 1117? Let me see which one it is. It's 1118. So we're going to be doing 1118. Okay, we're going to do exercise from 1118. So those codes I want you to look up, and those of you who are going into pediatrics, get index cards. By the end of this course, I want to see this much index cards. Y'all know how I am. I want to see this much, because that's going to be your go-to. That's how you study. That's how you retain. Okay. These chats will be in the Sapphire Academy. Okay. In the Sapphire Academy, you're merely downloading what you need. You can download anything you want. Even if you join the academy, you don't have to go to the sapphire.com and download. You can just look at them through Sapphire Academy. Okay. In order for you to get in the Sapphire Academy, I have to give you a Sapphire email. So you would be John J whatever at sapphirecoding.com. That's how you get in the academy. Okay. When you join the Sapphire Academy, you get welcome kit and you all this kind of stuff. Okay, so let's move on. So inpatient, neonatal intensive care, and pediatric and neonatal critical care. Now, I'm going to pull up my CPT. You should pull up your CPT too. It's going to say newborn care services. That's where I'm at. So, so YouTube, you guys can see the book because y'all know I always put the book up. And this is where you should be. Okay, so this is where you should have got your codes from. As you guys can see, when you open any section, okay, it's going to give you guidelines. Hi, how are you? It's going to give you guidelines. So in the CPT, TikTok, if you don't have it, go on over to YouTube and get that link and pull up that CPT book. Okay, pull up that CPT book, and then you're going to scroll down to newborn care services. That's where we are. Okay, so the following codes are used to report the services provided to newborns. You guys are going to read that. I'm not going to read that. A certain amount that I can read on YouTube before I get a copyright strike. So I'm just putting you guys in the right place, but this is where you should be. So YouTube, you should probably see everything that I'm looking at. So you guys see 99460. It's telling you what you need. It's telling you literally what it is. Initial hospital or birthing center care per day for evaluation and management of normal infant. normal infant. Okay, so just be precautious so that when I give you your test, I'm expecting you to get that right. Okay, hi, how are you? I'm expecting you to get that right. 99461 and your CPT. Okay, Twitch. If you don't have it, go ahead and download that book. 99461 initial care per day for evaluation and management of normal newborn infant seen in other than hospital or birthing center. So you can pretty much tell that there is going to be a difference between these two codes. So the 60 and the 61. Once they change to a higher number, you know there's going to be more. So when you get your test, when y'all get ready to take your CPC, don't procrastinate on one one question. I need you to spend 30 seconds on the open and close and the rest of that on your cases. Okay, so y'all saw the long cases and the open and close cases. Open and close cases is they give you a question, boom, you answer it, keep it through. The cases are the long ones where you need to figure out what the procedure is and what the diagnosis is. Okay, so that's how you're gonna get through your test quick. 99462 subsequent hospital care per day for evaluation and management of normal newborn. Okay, so did y'all see the difference between this code and the one that I just gave you a few minutes ago? 99462. Subsequent hospital care per day. They coming in and out of there, right? They're coming in and out of there. You got, I don't know how many doctors checking the baby. Okay, so that's where we're at on that. Okay, I wanted to put y'all here because I wanted to put y'all in the right place. Well, here again, I want y'all to see this one too. Delivery, birth, and room attendance and resuscitation services. This is what we're doing. This is just the chapters that we're doing. I'm just putting y'all in the right place. Hi, how are you? Because y'all are already there. 99464, because these are the codes I told y'all to look up. Attendance at delivery. When requested by the delivering physician or other qualified health care professional, and initial stabilization of a newborn. This is just the codes I told y'all to look up. That's it. Okay. And you see how much stuff is in there. The free books that I gave y'all, there's like 40% in there. I mean, you can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong. It's no reason y'all are not joining Sapphire Coding. Okay, I'm literally giving you the book. TikTok, I tell them this all the time. Go to medical building coding school and come back and tell me what they got. I guarantee you they're giving you extra stuff that you don't need. Number one. Two, they're not giving you as much as I'm giving you. Three, if it's something in there I think they're giving you that I need to have, I'm putting it in my program. Trust me. So let's move on. Okay, here we go again. Pediatric critical care and patient transport. 99466. So when you go in your CPT, there's always guidelines in here. What are guidelines, Miss Lambert? They guide you. They guide you. So even if you're in Sapphire Academy or you're not in Sapphire Academy, take advantage of YouTube free courses that I do in here. Okay. The purpose of this is to help you not have to get a student loan. Okay. To do medical billing and coding. I ain't anti-student loan. I had a few of them. Okay, but I don't want y'all to get one. Know how I am about that. Okay, so pediatric critical care patient transport. We just did that. These codes 99466. So y'all are gonna go over that. Okay, so report face-to-face services provided to pediatric patient 24 months of age or younger. Okay, so you guys are gonna go over that. Okay, so YouTube, y'all gonna go over the same thing. You guys already did it. We're just kind of backtracking what that is. Okay, so let's move on. Inpatient neonatal pediatric care, y'all gonna do that. A neonate is 28 days or younger. Neonate is 28 days or younger. If you get a question that says, how many days is neonate? Okay, I'm talking to everybody. How many days is neonate? That's an open and closed question. 28 days or younger. They're going to have multiple choice. Okay, and that's a simple question. It's simple. Okay, it's not a long case that you're going to do. Pediatric. What is considered pediatric? 29 days through 24 months. Hi, how are you? 29 days through 24 months of age, or 2 years through 5 years. Okay, put that on the index card. TikTok, put that on the index card. Okay, YouTube, y'all already got this because y'all did this already. Okay, so remember, neonate, 28 days or younger, considered pediatric, 29 days through 24 months of age, or 2 years, 5 years. Okay. And we're looking at the bundled and unbundled. Y'all gonna have to go back to the other stuff for that. I'm not gonna go over that. But we know about the upcoding and the unbundling. Okay. So the last thing that we did this morning was initial and continuing intensive care. When a neonatal infant is not considered critically ill but still needs intensive observation and other intensive care services. So y'all remember we did that before. We did that earlier. It ain't make a difference if it was an adult or a child. I mean, you can have observation in a hallway. You know, they got time. What is it? 24 hours, 48 hours to admit the patient. Okay. In this case, they're just telling you what you need to study as far as initial and continuing service for a baby. Okay. So look up these codes: 99477 to 99480. Everybody has it. Whoever has, I don't care if this is your first day in the classroom, I gave you a link to the book, so you do not start this class without books. You start this class, you have books immediately. Okay. I know, because the books are lengthy. That's why, I know I found a way to give you all the books free. So, and y'all got the language of medicine book free. Okay. The language of medicine is full. Y'all can go ahead and download that. Well, it's in the Sapphire Academy. I can't give you all that. Hi, Hab, how are you? I can't just give you that book. You got to join the Sapphire Academy. Go to sapphirecoding.com and y'all join the Sapphire Academy. It's $99. Okay, Sapphire Academy is $99. You get 21 courses with that. Okay, you get 21 courses and you get that medical coding book with it. You get that book with it. Okay, so let's go over this real quickly. How long we're in? What time is it? Okay. Initial and continuing intensive care service we just did. When a neonate or infant is not considered critically ill, but still needs intensive observation and other intensive care services. To be classified as a critical ill, your TikTok, I want you to go over these chats. You have to have certain key components. Okay, you have to have key components. Go TikTok, since you just came in, TikTok, go to AAPC and look for that audit sheet. There's an audit sheet that'll give you the key components. But if you even go over the CPT book, you see key components in there as well. But go to that chat. I think it's 2 chats before this one. We went over the key components. Key components tell you how you qualify a certain documentation with a code. Okay, we step by step, we went through that step by step. And again, this is all repetition. So once I finish with these classes, they locked and we start again. Okay, they locked and then we start again. Okay, after coding, we're going back to medical insurance billing because I have to do live classes with that. It's just like school. The teachers go by crosswalk. In college, we don't just make up stuff and start teaching y'all. We go by crosswalk this big, and every year we do the same exact thing. Nothing changes. Okay, nothing changes. Other than the codes. And the books the book covers change. Okay, y'all. So again, the initial and continuing intensive care service codes, thank you. I want y'all to go ahead and do those, okay? Now, the codes are not based on the age of the patient, but are based on weight. Hi, how are you? Based on weight. I'm going to tell you right now, that's going to be a test on your CPC. That's going to be a question, okay? Get your index cards, write this down. Now, very low birth weight. BLBW. And y'all should have this book. Richard, get that link. I've given you this book free. So when you get to YouTube, take that link. That's for this book that I have the teacher's version, but I gave y'all the other version. So you should be on the same page that I'm on. Okay. We are in evaluation and management. Okay. So very low birth weight. BLBW. That's what you're writing on your index card. What is very low birth weight? Very low birth weight is less than 1,500 grams. Can y'all see this? Why didn't y'all tell me what's it up? Wait, hold on. Because y'all know I don't put it up all the time. On my screen here, I always put up what I'm reading in, but I don't put it up all the time. Y'all know I don't leave it up all the time. So, very low birth weight is less than 1,500 grams, less than 3.3 pounds. Okay, low birth weight is LBW. It's 1,500 to 2,500 grams. Okay, 3.3 to 5.5 pounds. Now, when you guys take your test, you have to have a calculator. I mean, they're not going to, hi, Tuck, how are you? They're not going to mandate you to have a calculator. But remember that you need to bring a calculator with you when you get ready to take your test. Bring 10 pencils. I don't care how many pencils you bring with you. Now, whether you taking it online or taking it in person, you still have to have a hard copy regular book. You can't use an ebook. And even if you take it online, they're gonna put a 360 camera and have a 360 camera looking around you, make sure everything is good. But make sure you get that on the index card. Normal birth weight is. Hi, how are you? 2,501 to 5,000 grams, 5.51 to 11.01 pounds. When you guys archive this, you can go ahead and screenshot that and put it in. But just download the book. You guys will go ahead and get it. Okay. Now, let's just read this a little bit right here. The assignment of these codes changes when the neonate infant weight changes. So if the baby comes in at low birth weight and all of a sudden becomes normal birth weight, you know you're going to start changing the codes. When the patient is visited. Okay, the codes from the subsection are reported only once in every 24-hour period, same day. Okay, there are no hourly services codes as there are in other critical services. Now, we are on 1118. So if y'all guys got your book, I'm TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch. Y'all got your book. This is where y'all should be. Newborn care and neonatal pediatric care services, 1118. Okay, so even though this is not due until Monday, because we've already done the critical care services. I was intended to finish, but I don't want y'all rushing through this, because when we get to documentation, we got to take our time, because that's what it's about. If it's not documented, it didn't happen. I have to make sure y'all understand documentation, period. Okay, we're going to do cognitive assessment and care plan. Y'all hear the federal government talking about that a lot. Care management services, principal care management services, differentiates between principal care management services, which is not a big deal. What you see right here, advanced care, YouTube, y'all can see this on here, Twitch, y'all can see this. This is not going to be on your test. It is just giving you insight in case you come across something like this. You want to see what's going to be on AAPC CPC exam, go to the website. Okay, I put it up here already. All right. Did I? Okay, I'm going to put it up here in case I didn't, y'all. So, hopefully you don't have any issues on your first bout, but if you do, you have an opportunity to take it again. AAPC will not give you the same test again. You will get a different test, but you probably had anesthesia before. You won't get anesthesia again. Okay, you might get, cardiology, orthopedic, something like that. I mean, you're going to get different ones. Okay, but go on that website and check it out. So here we are right now, and again, TikTok, those who just came in, are y'all hanging in there with us? We've got free books in there. Hi Thomas, how are you? Go in there and get those books. So we are on exercise 11 to 18. What does the abbreviation VLBW mean? We just did that. Y'all know the answer to that, right? Very low birth weight. Okay, I'm going to get to the coding part so we can get that down. Okay, so I'm up to 2. What code would you use? These are open and closed questions. Let me put that up there. These are open and closed questions. And this is the first time I've seen them bundled together. So open and closed questions, TikTok. Open and closed questions is direct. Boom. Get the answer, get out of there. Hey, Stephen, how are you? Get the answer, get out of there. Okay? So, Let's go ahead and do that. So, want y'all to don't write in your book. You don't have to write in your book. If you got the hard copy book, I don't want you to write in your book. Okay. If you got an ebook, just put your answers on a piece of paper or something like that. Okay. And that's because I just don't like, scrippy scrappy in the book. Okay, so what code? This is for homework for y'all. I don't even have to do it because y'all already have it. I'm on page 323. What code would you assign to report the face-to-face? Okay, service provided by a physician during an interfacility transport of a critically ill patient who is 16 months of age. This is the kicker. The service was for 60 minutes. 60 minutes. All I'm looking for is one code for that. Some of y'all who didn't get on that class before, the 60 minutes, go up. If you got an ebook, I want y'all to go back to the class that we did the minutes on. It's going to give you a whole log of the 60 minutes, okay? It's going to give you a whole log of the 60 minutes. So just remember, when you are doing the test, don't spend 2 minutes. Even though you got 2 minutes for each question, okay? They narrow down the questions to 80 now. You got 2 minutes for each question. I still want you to take your time, but 40 seconds tops. Just leave the rest for your big cases. Hi, how are you? Leave the rest for your big cases, okay? So, critical care interfacility transport. If you forgot, go stroll back up. So the answer to number 2 is what? Go look at 99466. We just did that, so there's no way y'all could forget that. Go look at 99466. Okay? So y'all see, this is the purpose of me telling y'all to go through the book, right? When you look at these codes, yeah, mine is gonna be like, oh, I saw that code here. Boom, you're gonna go straight to it. Generally, you want to get the code at the back of the book, and then you want to go ahead and get it at the front of the book. But here we training, okay? At the end, when y'all start doing your advanced classes with me, I'll show y'all the right way. Same with the ICD-10. Go check your code before you pick it, okay? Go check your code in the tabular list before you pick it, okay? Get it from your index and go check your code. Okay, that's ICD-10. Y'all know we went over ICD-10, but there is coding in here because during y'all homework, y'all know we went over ICD-10. So again, those of you who missed a lot of the coding class, we are already on class 23. So just archive and back check. You can archive 3 classes a day and get yourself caught up with us. Okay. Hi, how are you? Okay, so that was number 2. 3, a normal newborn was admitted to the hospital on Saturday morning and was discharged Saturday evening. That don't mean it was 12:01. That don't mean it was 12. Hi, how are you? That don't mean it was 12:01. The physician provided evaluation and management services, including the admission and the discharge. Okay. Now the provider that admitted the patient does not have to be the provider that was at the doctor's office. There could be a medicine doctor that's already in the hospital. He on the floor. Okay. He could have done the admitting. Okay. And who knows? The doctor there could have been the primary care provider of the patient. He worked at the hospital. Okay. So we did that class a couple of days ago. Y'all go ahead and archive that. Okay, so the physician provided evaluation and management services, including the admission. The dead giveaway on this is that the physician provided evaluation and management services. When you're taking your CPC and they give you a question and they mention the answer is always in the question. When they give you a question and they start talking about E&M, hi, how are you? You know you're not going to go searching down to any surgical questions. Over here, I got the book up already, but I'm gonna show y'all something. You're not gonna pay any of this any attention. Anesthesia, surgery, integumentary, musculoskeletal system. Stay focused on E&M. Stay focused on E&M. Okay. I don't know what that is. All right. So when you come, what happened? I don't know what that is. All right. So, again, focus on E&M. Focus on E&M. Do not focus on anything else, okay? Cardiovascular, lymphatic, no. Okay? So, Including the admission and the discharge. I'm on page 323. What code would you assign to report the physician services? I'm trying not to give you all the answers. All right. I don't want to give you. I want y'all to go and look for the answers. Okay. I want y'all to go and look for the answers. How many is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So you could pretty much tell because we're talking about almost the same type of situations. It's in the same category. It's in the same category. Critical care services, pediatric, subsequent. Newborn care history and examination. Critical care services, inter-facility transport. It's all in the same subject. So the one that we just did, newborn care history and examination. Go to okay, because yeah, we just looked at it. 99463. Go to 99463. Hi, how are you? Hi, Charlotte, how are you? Go to 99463. 99463, that's your code. Hi, Sony. That's your code, but I want you to still go there. I'm not giving you no more answers. All right, let me see. All right, I'm going to give you an answer to this one. The next one, y'all are doing it on your own, okay? So this is just a continuation from the chat that we did early because we didn't get to do any of the answers. Hi, how are you? Okay, so what's the next question, Stacy? All right, the physician provided a subsequent inpatient service to a 3-year-old critically ill patient. That's the giveaway right there. That's the giveaway right here. I'm going to give you 3 things that you heard. You heard critical care, you heard pediatric, and you heard subsequent. Hi, how are you? So you know what that code is. All right. I ain't going to give you that one. Y'all go ahead and find it. Again, you guys, there is an answer sheet in one of my chats. Okay, I don't have one right in front of me, but y'all know there's an answer sheet in my chat. Y'all can, I don't know if you can download, but I think you have to have a paid subscription to download that. But again, join the Sapphire Academy and you can have the answer sheet because I don't want y'all writing in your books. Okay, don't write in your books. Okay, so I ain't gonna give y'all these two. Y'all go ahead and do these others. So the physician provided an intensive care service to an infant of 1,450 grams. All right, on the patient's second day of the hospital stay. That's a dead giveaway right there. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know that. Let me tell y'all what to look for. Listen. Okay, just listen. Just listen. Critical care services. Neonatal, low birth weight. Okay, subsequent pediatric. Hi, how are you? Critical care. Listen, in this whole exam, the CPC, the questions that they give you, the answers are in there already. The cases, the answers are in there already. You just have to know. We're going to head this up because this is what we're doing. We're doing this next. What time is it? 7:53. We're not doing it tonight. We're going on to cognitive assessment. I want to do 11:09 and 11:10. I just want to backtrack because I know y'all were supposed to do that. In the exam, when you guys take your tests, the answers are already there. They're just waiting for you to give them the answers. The open and close questions, I want y'all to go ahead and do because what we just did right now, that's open and close questions. Just get your answer and move on. Don't if you go back over one answer, that's going to lead to 12, and then there you go. Done wasted half the time. Okay, get the link to the step by step so y'all can see what we're talking about. So again, the answers are in the question. Okay. So there were only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 through 5. So y'all are gonna do exercise 11 to 18. Okay, exercise 11-18, and don't forget to put neonate 28 days or younger, pediatric 29 days through 24 months of age, or 2 years through 5 years. Okay. I wanted y'all to see. So 11-17 y'all did already. Those of you who are new coming into the classroom, Go ahead and do 1117. You still have to do the reading that you guys didn't get in on. 1117. That's the no, that's the long one. Just just go back and archive that. Hi, how are you? Go back and archive that. Hi, Bridget, how are you? Go back and archive that. But those codes that we just did for this one, make sure you guys get them. Make sure you guys get them. I'm just kind of backtracking to 11:9. I don't have my share screen on, so y'all can't see this. But if y'all got your book, you can see it. Those are open and closed questions. It's 11:10. So 11:10, the medical decision making for code 99281 would be, the medical decision making code for 99284 would be, yes, I want you to do that. Okay, I want you to do that. That pertains to also the codes for 5, 6, 7, and 8. A patient in the emergency department. See, this is the problem. Y'all didn't get this, but I want y'all to backtrack. Backtrack to the class before this, and you will get this, okay? And this is emergency room, all right? Don't say room. I'm making a mistake. It's emergency department. You get that on your test. Say ED, okay? Don't say emergency room, okay? So also, MDM, medical decision making. Okay, so here you're gonna have to give in CPT code and the ICD-10 code. Okay, that's for 1110. Okay, emergency department services, critical care. We did that, emergency department services. So that's on page 305. So y'all got the books. So y'all should have download the ICD-10, download the CPT, and download this step by step. Okay. Download this step by step. So you're going to look for 99281 through 99288. All right. Oh yeah, this is it. This is it right here. Oh my God. This is it. This is 11:9. I want y'all to go over 11:9. Now 11:9 and 11:10. I'm not looking for that until next Friday. Okay, because there's no way you're gonna be able to do it. Hi, how are you? There's no way you're gonna be able to do it. Okay, so I have to put this up. So TikTok. When you go to the YouTube, right? I'm putting this up. I'm putting this up for TikTok because y'all already know this. Twitter, y'all already know this. Not Twitter, Twitch. Y'all already know this, but you see how big those cases are. Those are regular, normal, long cases that you need to spend that full 2 minutes on, and some of the open and close time. All right. But I just put it up there because I wanted you to see that. But that's what you're doing. The 11 and 9 I want you to do. So do 11 and 9, 11 and 10. Okay, 11 and 9, 11 and 10. And that is office or other outpatient consultation, inpatient consultation. We did it already, but I want y'all to go back over that. All right. And then once you do that Friday, we're going to go back over the answers. If y'all want to do them when I do the next chat on Monday, just let me know. We'll go ahead and throw that in there. But office or other outpatient consultation, inpatient or observation consultation. I know I got 3 minutes. And consultation is the service provided by a physician whose opinion or advice regarding the management or diagnosis of specific problem has been requested. So we already went over this, but when you guys go in there and you look at the chats, Instagram, when you go in there and look at the chats are numbered. And 9 times out of 10, I either have what we're going over on the thumbnail or I have it in the description. All right, so there's no reason for you to get lost. All right, so you're going to go over consultation services. That's what I want you to go over, consultation services. All right, don't do discharge, and then we did that already. That's 11:8. I don't want you to do that. I want you to do consultation services because that's office. Okay, that's all of this is evaluation and management. When we finish documentation, we're done. We're done with evaluation and management. Once we finish with evaluation and management, we're going straight to anesthesia, surgery guidelines, integumentary. These are chapters. These are the sections that we're going to. 20,000 series, 30,000 series, 40,000 series. Respiratory system, cardiovascular, hemic, lymphatic, mediastinum, chest, okay, and diaphragm, okay. All that up in here. We're going to be a minute with that. That's why coding class is so long. I'll make sure y'all got it. Okay, digestive system, urinary, male. When we did medical terminology, we went over everything. We went over autism. We went over aneurysm. We went over diabetes. And a lot of y'all was like, hi, how are you? How are you doing? And a lot of y'all was like, you know what? My cousin had this. You know what? my so and so, everybody knows somebody who might have had diabetes or something like that. And then how we went over it in med terminology, it was amazing. uh, I have not locked those classes yet. Y'all go back and look over those playlists, okay? Medical terminology and the medical billing playlist. I have not locked those classes. But I mean, it was amazing how, when we did the medical terminology, and everybody just was like, wow. But again, that's coding. Like I told Tracy this morning, you don't have to be a pediatric doctor or pediatric XYZ. You can do coding and work in pediatrics. And you literally right there in the gusto. Hi, Feba, how you doing? You're literally right there in the gusto. Okay. So all right, it's 8 o'clock. Y'all know I can only well, I can do more. But this class was actually 2 hours today. So consultation services, okay? That's what you're going over. Okay? Consultation services. Office of the outpatient. Okay? I want you to read all that. Let me put this up. I know y'all already did it. I know y'all did this already, YouTube, but we're just kind of backtracking. Okay, we're just kind of backtracking. I want to make sure y'all got everything y'all need, because when I give y'all a hem when y'all join my class, or make sure y'all pass my test. Okay, let me make sure this is up. Okay, so that's what y'all are going over. What we went over today. When we go over it again, I'm gonna give y'all the answers to some of them, not all of them. I'll give you the answers to some of them. Okay, I want y'all to find the answers. Then tell me what they are, and I'll let you know. Okay, but again, you should have. Let me see. There should be odd or even answers in the back of these books. If it's an even number and you only have odd, give it to me. The teacher's manual has both, so I can give you the answers on both of them. Let me see what we got back here. Which book is this? All right, so I'm pulling up the book that you guys already have. Yeah, I don't see no answers in there. All right, so just let me know what it is, and I'll tell you what the answers is. What the answer is, okay? I'll look into it further like later on, but we can shut it down. So, y'all have any questions for me? I'm talking to TikTok too. Make sure y'all DB me. DB is discussion board. Discussion board is everything. When y'all go at Facebook, whatever DM, that's discussion board. Sapphire Academy. I'm about to go into Sapphire Academy right now. So any of y'all getting ready to archive this, so y'all in there, y'all can come on into Sapphire Academy. I'm going to do some work in there. So I'm going to look at everybody's folder and see if y'all got something for me in there. Okay. So I appreciate y'all for joining me. When we come on again, we are going to I'm across the board. Okay. I see messages from Twitter, but I don't do long classes on Twitter. Twitter, y'all know I don't do no long classes on no Twitter. We just talk. We just conversate on Twitter. Okay, we don't do none of this. Just we don't do long teaching on Twitter. We do long. Hi, how are you? We do long teaching on YouTube, but TikTok has been asking me for a minute to go live, and when I go live, y'all know I'm usually selling my books and stuff like that. Okay, y'all know that. Okay, but I want y'all to okay. Wait, I gotta put this over here. I want y'all to just take heed. That's all. I want y'all to make sure that y'all get in on the classes and you do not disappear. Okay, I gotta fix this thing right here. And you do not disappear. Okay, so if y'all want to get my book, make sure you get it. This is the medical billing book. This is just medical billing. Okay. They trying to make me do this puzzle thing. I guess it's getting ready to shut down in a minute. Okay, let's do it again. Over. Is that what y'all want me to do? Okay. So this is one of my books. Okay, I'm talking to y'all too, YouTube. Y'all know I got books. Okay. This one is just for medical billing. Okay. And this is the first series. Y'all know this is one of my series that I have. I don't know what that is. This is going to be in the 18 series, but y'all can get this book, okay? Because it talks about medical billing and coding. Okay, I'm trying to put this on all the screens. Okay, y'all, I'm trying to put this on. But this is in the bookstore already. This is in the TikTok bookstore, y'all. If y'all want it. Okay, I love this book. I have everything in this book that you need. Is there any text in here? So what I have also in this book is HR questions. I have HR questions in this book too. And I keep pages in here for y'all to write notes in there too. So this is the second. Is this the second? This is the first series. So if y'all see on here where it says first series, that's what it is. This is the first series. And then there's a second series to this. The second series to this is the medical terminology book. Hi, how are you? Okay. So don't sleep on this. Did I put any? I can't put no tests in here. The only book that I've written that has the tests in here is my medical terminology book. That's the only one I gave a go ahead to put the tests in. These don't have. Okay. This is amazing. So you guys can get this book if you want to. Just hit me up on the DM or go to my website, and then y'all can go straight to the bookstore. Or this book is also on in my TikTok store. Y'all can also go in there. YouTube, you know that a lot of y'all don't go on TikTok on YouTube. A lot of y'all on TikTok don't go on YouTube. But I want to try to make it available to everybody. Okay, so make sure y'all go ahead and go to that bookstore. Y'all will get something like this with that book when y'all get it. It's nothing. It's just like a thank you card. I just got a shipment of books in, so whichever one y'all want to order, y'all can. So do not forget the CPT books are there. The ICD. Hi, Rodney. How are you? They're all there for you guys to get. Everything that we use to take the CPC is all on my website, sapphirecoding.com. Okay, so thank you guys for joining. I don't even know how to cut it off. I haven't done a TikTok in so long. But I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. YouTube, all of y'all, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook. I'm gonna see y'all later. I'm gonna be a minute.